is Kalen Patterson with Midwest Muscle. I'm here with James Perez and Ray. We just got worked. Everybody's been worked this show. We're at the Mr. and Mrs. Natural Illinois in Bradley, Illinois. Dave Yates has put on a well-run show. Ray, how do you feel? It's your first one this year, right?
It is. This is my first show since 2010, actually. So I feel real good. I don't think I'm quite 100%, but I feel great.
And James, actually, last time I saw you, you were winning an overall over in Nebraska, was it?
Yeah, it's the USA Super Pro qualifier. Got my pro card at that show, and men's tall and overall.
And you talked about joining with Team Wilson and doing some good things. And, you're out here supporting. It's so good to see when people can give back, especially, somebody that you think would be stepping away and working on other things. You're actually helping out with your team members.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty much a lonely sport, so it's good to have a support system come out and support the team. So I think it's really good for the sport overall. So just having fun watching Ray on stage, it's a good feeling.
And when you see your competitors out here, and you're not just stepping on stage, you're actually rooting for them. What are the things you think they need to pick up, and how do you think he did?
I think Ray killed it. His conditioning was spot on. Again, I think that's Cliff's trademark. He brings in. Everyone just comes in super conditioned for the shows, so really proud of Ray. Ray's made some major improvements, and his conditioning was just spot on.
Well, last time I saw him was at an OK show, and he definitely didn't look like this. So, Ray, what were some of the changes you had to do to get ready for stage?
The first time I competed, I had a real bad metabolism, so it took a long 3-year off season. Cliff helped me fix my metabolism. There was some binge eating after my last contest, so I got pretty chubby. But you know what? We fixed that all, and dieting this time has been a breeze. It really hasn't been a problem. I've enjoyed every minute of it, which was my goal this year. I want to enjoy everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that I've noticed that, usually people come to these what they call smaller shows, and they think, well, all I got to do is look halfway decent, and I'll place well. The Masters has just been looking great at all these shows lately, and the Opens aren't a gimme either.
No, you know what? It doesn't matter the size of the show. There's always at least a couple guys that show up, and they're in top-notch conditioning. Their size. You can't walk into any show thinking you're going to win it. You just can't. That's a terrible way to go about it. You got to bring your best, and hope that's good enough.
And James, I appreciate you, hitting the road and traveling out here and being part of the support system. What do you think of this group?
It was overall, it's just a really tough category today, but I think Ray
tough.
A very tough category, but I think Ray held his own, and I think he's going to come out on top. He's looking good.
Well, you always know when it's pretty deep when you're out there and 5 minutes passes, it's 10 minutes passes, and you still got them doing turns and the switching. And, they let us know ahead of time that they're going to be rotating us around. But I think they didn't realize until, they saw him on stage how tough it was.
Yeah, judges were taking their time with the scoring, but Ray held his own out there.
Yeah, you know what? I really appreciate that. It's important for the judges to look at everybody. I've been to some shows where they bring them out, and you can tell they kind of glance up and they've got their mindset.
Yes.
And you know what? Dave Yates always puts on a good show, and I really appreciate when the judges look at everybody, moving people around and giving everybody the look that they deserve. Every guy up there worked really hard to get on that stage.
And, that's been a point of contention with a lot of the social media is that, the judges pretty much had it set before you hit stage. And I love, the fact that we do this kind of work and we get worked out there, and it's not just a gimme where you say, well, this guy looks good and he's going to win it hands down. So I appreciate that kind of work.
Yeah, you know what? You can't say enough about that. I've been to so many shows where the judging they've got their person in mind, and you can almost tell it right from the get-go. So when you get to a show like this and they're holding everybody up there and they're looking at everybody, you know what? Good. Good for everybody. Good for the sport, good for the judges, good for the show, good for people that are sitting in the audience thinking, hey, maybe I can give this a try. Nobody wants to think that they're going to diet for all this time and waste their time doing it. So each and every person really deserves to get looked at.
That's so true. James, you got anything you want to give shout-outs to? Any shows coming up?
No shows picked out just yet. Still enjoying the off season, trying to put on some more size, get a little bit bigger, but definitely looking to compete in 2014. So You're doing a couple shows then.
Now, as a pro, you see the guys that are competing this year and winning their pro cards. It's a tough group coming out. I mean, there's no like hands down. I know I can get this guy. And some of these guys are coming in novice that are stepping, and they could be in the pro category.
Absolutely. I think just overall the sport is growing. People are getting into it sooner in life, and I mean it's good for the sport definitely. But yeah, I got my work cut out for me.
Oh yeah. Now, Ray, you've been to a lot of shows. We've both met up at a lot of shows in the backstage and everything. How does it feel to see where natural bodybuilding is growing?
I love it. I stay very involved even in my off season. I show up to a lot of shows. I stay really involved with Team Wilson. Usually I'm the guy that's saving people, like James did for me today. Big shout out to this guy for showing up and helping me with my dream tan and stuff. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love seeing it grow. Yeah. I love seeing the natural side of it grow. I like the fact that the NANBF is really strict about drug testing. That's important to me. I encourage everybody to get involved. Not everybody's going to be a pro. Not everybody's going to make it to the Orton, but show up to some shows and be your best. I can't encourage that anymore.
Well, watching you do all the support and helping people out, I'm very glad that you had the chance to get back out here on stage. And like I said, tough group. James was looking, I was looking. They worked you guys. I mean, it's a lot of sweat on that stage right now, and they're going to have a job and chore trying to clean it up. How do you feel you did?
Got moved to the center. That's always a good thing. Mm-hmm. Judges try to downplay that sometimes, but I feel good about that. I feel good about everything I brought to the stage. I know that I need to be a little better for my upcoming shows, maybe a little leaner, but that's what it's all about. You know what? The next one I'll be better than I was at this one, and I am far better than I was at the last one. Mm-hmm. The last time I competed was August 2010, and I got smoked. I mean, I was third in a class of 3, and I probably deserved at least third or fourth in a class of 3. I mean, I had terrible legs. Mm-hmm. So I brought up some leg size. I've brought up size everywhere. Look, you got to be better than you were the last time. That should be your ultimate goal.
All right. Well, so the pre-judging is over. We'll see how we did when we come back tonight. James, Perez, thank you. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Ray, good job out there. Appreciate you making it through the work, because they worked you guys. Kaylin Patterson, Jenny, camera woman, thank you so much. Midwest Muscle, we are out.